Hey yo, what's going on guys, we're here and today we are going to be reviewing the Ethanol Venom GT or the Hennessey Venom GT inside of Southwest Florida. Now this car came out in the new update and is very quick and very nice. So we're going to be reviewing, tuning, and doing everything we can with this car in today's video. Now before we get into that, I want to let you know a few things. First things first, my name is Hypot. I do car reviews, car things, all that kind of stuff. If you guys do like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell for notification every time I upload a new video. Second thing is I got a Roblox group with Roblox merch you can see right here that you can join and buy some if you want to. I got a Discord group you can join if you want to, talk to me, suggest car builds, car reviews, car deals, or anything car related, or just talk to me generally if you want to. It's there. Link is in the description below, as well as some of my socials. Those are also linked in the description below. But yeah, why don't we get into this Ethanol Venom GT review here? So let's go into the dealership first of all and check out its price. And as we go over here, I'll let you guys know that what we're going to do in today's review is a few things. So we're going to check out the car and all of its features, just standard, standing still, what's in the car, like headlights, blinkers, and everything like that. Also, one more thing guys, if we hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year, I will do an IRL car review on my real life cars. So if you guys want to see that, smash that subscribe button. But yeah, $1.25 million, so it is quite expensive, but the limited time listed in Tenza is 2.7. Right, so this car right here, I'm telling you right now, it's probably a bit better and also cheaper. But what we're going to do is we're going to review this car. So I'll show you guys everything I did to the car, including tuning and everything like that. So let's walk out here and take a look at this bad boy. So let's get into free cam here and take a nice look. All right, so this car is a very nice looking car. Honestly, it's very sleek too. It's just minimalist and also incredibly quick. Like you wouldn't expect it to be, inconspicuous almost. It kind of looks like a Lotus if you think about it. But it's also just kind of there, But why don't we get into it? And why don't we listen to this car's startup? So let's get right in here, go over to the exhaust, and listen to this bad boy start up. So, okay, I love that startup. That is insanely nice. Why don't we do a rev test? Revving is also pretty nice. I like that. Why don't we do a blinker test? Blinkers turn the center dot right here into its blinker. We have no mirror blinker, but we do have a side blinker right here, as well as the little dot right there. Let's do a headlight. Headlights are at the bottom there. Headlights turn on the plate lights, which are actually at the bottom right here. That's actually interesting. I like that a lot. And the headlights turn on these little circles right there. Now, why don't we get this thing going onto the street, and why don't we do ourselves a top speed test? Now, this car is fully upgraded and fully geared as of right now, so when I'm going over to that street, you're going to see the upgraded top speed. And when we go back to the dealership, I'll show you guys the tuning that I did to the car to make it go this fast, and I'll tell you guys about the stock top speed and the upgraded without gearing top speed. So I'll explain what that is when we get back to the dealership. But right now, let's get this car lined up right over here, and why don't we do ourselves a top speed test of this bad boy. So I got this thing geared as best as I could, and got it to as fast as I could get it with the best gearing I could try to put onto it. But there's probably better gearings. This is the one I could get out and do in 20 minutes to try to make faster. I don't know how people change the suspension and make it go quicker, but that's for another time. Anyways, let's get this car going. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Off the line, we need to change the car to manual. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I messed this one up just a little bit, but we got it. I don't know how I shifted with the up arrow key, but we don't talk about that. We do not talk about that. Anyways, we're in 6th gear hitting 300, so we're already beating the Intenza Monza, which is 2.7, and that only went to 30, which was very disappointing. But this car right here is about to hit 346 and hit the wall. That hits 346 both ways on the other street too, so that's as best as I could try to get it without it crashing into a wall. But yeah, why don't we get this car going back toward the dealership? But as we do that, let's do a little bit of a turn test once we hit this gas station, as well as a bit of a braking test to see how good the brakes are and how good the turning is on this thing. So braking, I had to start braking a while because this car does have pretty long braking distances, as well as all-wheel drive does not make it better. I changed it to all-wheel drive. I'll explain that in a second too. So let's get back to the dealership here, which is to our right. Let's go all the way down this road, as this thing actually has tons of grip when it launches. It's not surprisingly spinny, even with traction control off. I've been driving with traction control off, and this thing is actually really good at driving. Anyways, let's jump over these curbs, which it doesn't normally do, and get into here and explain everything to you. So first of all, let's talk about our stock top speeds, because then we'll get into the gearing of everything else. So stock, this car hits 280 miles an hour, which is still faster than the Intenza Monza. This car is pretty good stock when it comes to turning and braking. It's actually better than the rest of the upgrades that I put onto this car. So when it's bone stock, it turns and its speed is actually pretty good. Now, moving on to upgrade with no gearing. Let me explain what that is. So upgraded no gearing is engine, force induction, brakes, weight reduction, grip tires, and transmission. That's the only things I changed for upgrade with no gearing. So that's pretty much without Game Pass, essentially. And 330 miles an hour is the top speed that you hit for those. So it is quite fast with no gearing changes at all. Now, it's pretty bad when it comes to braking. It's very long, and turning, you'll start sliding. It's actually kind of like a drift car. It's actually really good at drifting. So if you wanted to try to drift, by all means, try to. But yeah, upgraded with gearing. So this time I did gear it, but the gearing is slightly different for the second part here. So the gearing is 3.2, which is not the same right here, and I'll explain why. But 3.2 is the gearing that I put for rear-wheel drive. So if you want a rear-wheel drive Venom GT, the gearing you should put on it is 3.2. The top speed you'll hit is 337 miles an hour. It's pretty much the same as upgraded and no gearing and turning and braking, so the turning and braking is pretty bad. But rear-wheel drive is a 3.2 gearing, and its turning and braking are pretty. It's not the best, but it's there. And then we have all-wheel drivetrain right here. This is what I have on the car currently, and I explain and run it down to you right now. So we have a stage 3 engine, we have turbocharging, we have we have race brakes, we have race reduction, we have grip tires, race transmission, suspension I have no changes. Wheel width I changed it to 75, but you really don't need to change it. Honestly, I can change it back and I'll have no change on the performance, but if you want to have it at 75 or 150 or whatever you want to put it at, by all means change it. It's not going to really change much of the outcome. Anyways, drivetrain is all-wheel drive. This is not stock. You have to change this. Differential, no change. Steering, no change. And then gearing is 2.9. 2.9 to make this thing go 346 miles an hour. But it becomes really hard to brake and really hard to turn this car. So yeah, but that's pretty much the Ethanol Venom GT, or GT car review. If you guys want to see me do another car review on any of the other cars in the update, let me know in the comments below. I'm probably going to do some of the newer supercars in the new updates, like the SF90 or the GT3 RS, because this thing looks really nice and I haven't driven it yet. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.